announced that they would be including a single-player campaign mode in the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront 2. This comes after the previous entry into the series received a strong backlash for not including one. Now, all of this had me thinking about what makes a great game, and whether gamers place greater value on better gameplay features or a more compelling narrative. Perhaps both are even required for a game to be truly considered great. As a general guide for universally acclaimed games, I decided to look at lists of former Game of the Year winners and nominees. When looking through these lists, it quickly became apparent that this is a very difficult question to answer, as not all of the titles included on these lists have both great narratives and great gameplay. A few commonly indicated examples of popular titles that many gamers claim to have amazing narratives but substandard gameplay elements include the Mass Effect and Dragon Age games, as well as the BioShock series. Whereas examples of titles that gamers claim to have substandard storylines but fantastic gameplay elements include Metal Gear Solid 5 and the Borderlands series. These are all highly acclaimed titles, but each has a handful of flaws that most gamers were willing to overlook. If one is to go on the basis of this idea, it would seem that most gamers are willing to give some video games with poor narrative or gameplay leeway if one component makes up for the other. For example, a game with a poor storyline won't always be judged particularly harshly if it has great gameplay, and vice versa. Perhaps, however, we shouldn't be looking at gameplay and narrative as two wholly separate components. Gameplay is very important because it often shapes our initial opinion of a title. Most gamers do at first tend to place greater emphasis on gameplay elements because they generally determine if you want to go on playing a title. Basically, if there's anything majorly wrong with the title's gameplay mechanics, or simply something that you do not like about them, you are definitely going to feel somewhat apprehensive about playing it. After it has been established that the game is indeed playable, or that you aren't annoyed by the gameplay features, focus begins to shift to other aspects, particularly to that of the quality of the narrative. Good gameplay has the ability to keep you entertained for a single title, but a good narrative is what makes you want to invest in a franchise. You keep on buying games in a series because you want to know what will happen in the next chapter of the story. Video game comment sections would have you believe that gameplay is everything, but then strong narrative-driven games such as Gone Home have received increasing recognition over the past couple of years. The criteria for what makes a great game is very personal. Some gamers simply don't care for narratives, whereas others are willing to forego more active gameplay for a stronger story. I know that I like a balance of both. At the end of the day, the criteria of a game, although personal, should be simple. The only question you should really be asking is whether you had fun. What do you think? Do you value gameplay or narrative more? Perhaps you value both. Please share in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.